Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning. Welcome to the chat. I am your certified life coach, Andrea J. Carr. I appreciate you spending some moments with me this morning. If you would like to apply, sign up, register, whatever you want to call it, for my services, please give me a call at 678-856-4990. You can also email me at request@Andrea, Andrea, the letter J, Carr, CARR.com. That's request, REQUESTS, at AndreaJCarr.com. Go to the website, which is www.AndreaJCarr.com, and you'll see an area on the tab that's called Coaching, where it discusses a different kind of coaching. And there's another tab where you can actually request the 30-minute free initial consultation. It is free, so that we can meet and talk about what your goals, dreams, and visions are for you being coached, so I can be in line with what you want, so I can help you to get those things accomplished. And we are able to meet over the phone and or in person, depending where you are. So even though I'm based in Georgia, you can be in Timbuktu. All you need is a telephone, and you can be coached. The cost is reasonable. Check out the website when you get a chance. Today, briefly, I just want to talk with you about getting yourself together. Now, you know I do coach in regards to relationship, in regard to being single. I coach mothers. I coach life coaching, general life skills, help with life choices. I coach with couples and in business. So in every area of your life, you can call on me, and I can coach you through till you get your accomplishment. Today I'm talking about getting yourself together. And I want to look at the single standpoint, being single. Being single doesn't mean that you'll never be in a relationship. Single just means you're not presently in a relationship. And right now, you're not even considering being in a relationship because, one, the person may not have been brought into your life, or two, you need to work on yourself. You're getting yourself prepared. You're preparing for your future. And that may or may not include a relationship, but your focus is you. You have some things you want to accomplish, some things you want to clean up and straighten out and get in line and in order with what you need to do. Your focus is definitely you, and it may be your dreams and your goals. You're learning things about yourself. I know there's some singles that I know that right now are walking the abstinence walk. They're walking the celibacy walk, where they don't want to even be involved in anything physical as a distraction. They want to be able to make right choices and right decisions for themselves, and they know that any intimacy right now will throw them off track. So you may be in that place. That may not be your story. You may be doing what you're doing, but you still want to get yourself together. So I'm here to help you get yourself together. And I want to talk about something today that I really want you to consider. It's called the Goldilocks experience. And you know the story of Goldilocks. She was playing in the field, picking flowers, I believe it was. She wandered away from home. She got lost. She found herself by a little house, a cottage. She went inside. She saw 3 bowls of porridge. One was hot, one was warm, one was cold. Just right. One was hot, one was cold, and one was just right. After eating the one that was just right, she sat down in a chair. You had the hard chair, the soft chair, and the chair that was just right. She sat down in the chair that was just right. She broke it. She was sleepy. She went upstairs to the bedroom. She laid down in the hard bed, the soft bed, and the bed that was just right, and she wound up messing that up. And then the 3 bears who owned the cottage came home and chased her out. Basically, she ran and she found her house and said she would never wander again. Well, I kind of wanted to take that story and bring it to you practically, because there are some of life's principles within that story. You have a single girl, or it could be a single man, who's caught up in playing around in life, trying to find himself or herself, trying to figure out what's going on, but not taking really any serious step into doing the things that needed to be done. You're not content where you are in your life right now. You're not feeling like you're accomplishing and doing those things that you feel that you've been born to do. So you get caught up in a wilderness. You get caught up in, where am I? Who am I? What am I going to do? What is my purpose? Why am I here? And you get caught up, and you begin to wander. And in your wandering, you become lost because you really don't have any answers. Well, then you come to a house, and the house represents choices. You enter into the house, which is unattended. The owners of the house have backed away to let you do some exploration, to explore, to find out how to fulfill your purpose. So you enter into this phase of life where you're making some hard choices, some hard decisions, where you're figuring out, I've played, I've partied, but now I want to get serious. I want to settle down, and I don't mean necessarily in a relationship. It could be that, but I want to settle down into my purpose. I want to know why I'm here, and not only do I want to know why I'm here, but I want to know what I'm supposed to be doing while I'm here. So you go through the porridge stage, and that's the first choice. And you realize that there are 3 bowls. The bowls represent your purpose. What is it? You have the big bowl that seems to hold all of the promises that you ever dreamt, everything you could ever desire, but the bowl is too hot. Even though it seems good, even though it smells very well, and it seems as though it could take care of all of your needs, it's dangerous. It could cause major damage. Where you have focused on is way bigger than where you're supposed to be focused. It's on everything that the world offers. It could become gluttony if you fall for it, if you try to give into it. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want that, I want this, I want this, I want that. And it becomes so big. And it's so glamorous. It's so beautiful. And you want it. But it could be deadly. It could be very dangerous to want 500 things, because how will you really and truly be focused? You're not focused, because as soon as you key in on one thing, here's something else popping up, or here's somebody else popping up. So it's very dangerous to have the big bowl view. Now you come upon a medium bowl, and the medium bowl seems to hold some of the promises, some of the dreams, some of the goals. However, these promises, dreams, and goals that you're seeing are dreams past. These are things you've already moved away from. You've already been elevated past them. Going after them will only waste your time and keep you off track for what you're supposed to be doing. These are things that may have at one point in time been what you were called to. However, because of the choices you've made in your past and the things that you've done in your past, you've gotten far beyond. I'm not talking about those dreams that are within you that are for you to do. I'm talking about some wants and some desires you may have had, but now you're matured. Now you've lived life. Now you've had some experience under your belt. So now is not the time to go after those childish things. And by childish, I don't mean because you were young. I mean because you weren't mature at the time. You hadn't seen some things that you've seen. You hadn't experienced some things that you have now experienced. So now is not the time to go after those things. They're distractions. So now you come to your small bowl. And it represents one goal or one dream, or it could represent the main purpose, your main vision. It's just right for you. You were created for this purpose. It fits you like a glove. Even if you don't see how you can do it or how it's going to come to pass, it's in your DNA. It's where your focus should be. Now, for some people, it's one thing. There are other people, it may be 2 things, it may be 3 things, it may be 10 things. However, it's not too much. It doesn't distract you. It's things that you have been prepared for. Even if you don't see the preparation or you don't see how it's coming together or going into line, but it's something that you think about, something that you've dreamt about, something that, you really just can't put down. It's in your DNA. It's called the small bowl choice, the view. Now we will go into the next stage, which is when Goldilocks sees the chairs. And here's your second choice. Now that you've looked at the small bowl and said, hey, this is something I can really do. This is something that I'm going to do. This is what I've been called to do. The chairs represent your purpose. How are you going to get started? How can you walk into this vision that you're seeing? How can you go after the dream? How can you go after the relationship? How can you go after the career? How can you go after the lifestyle change? How can you go after better health? Whatever it is or whatever they are, how? How do you accomplish the dream and goals you have? How do you bring forth your vision? The first thing you see is the big chair. And the big chair, you realize, because in the story it was a hard chair. Let me work on my plan by myself. I don't need anyone. I'll just figure it out as I go. I'm going to make all the decisions. I'm going to make all the choices. I'm going to do everything. I can handle it all. I'm not going to tell anybody about it. I'm not going to share it with anyone. I'm just going to go ahead and do it all by myself. It's all on me. My shoulders are big enough. I've had experiences. I have a college degree or 2 or 3 of them. I've worked in this field forever. Hey, I've been in a relationship before. I know how it works. I can do this. I got this. I'm good. Then you get to the medium chair. And when you get to the medium chair, like in the story, it was soft. Let me take some shortcuts. This person give me a hookup. Maybe I spend $25, $50. It may not be of the best quality or the best standard. It may not be 100% legal or legitimate, but it's the easy way out. I'm going to do this and cut corners. I'm going to do this, get this started, but I'm not going to use any tools that may be necessary. I'm not going to use any of the tools that may cost. I may not use any of the tools that are hard because I just want to do it and get it done. I want it to get the fruit. I want to see the manifestation of my dream, of my vision. So I'm going to cut corners, take shortcuts, go the easy path, and get it done. Doesn't matter if it's right or wrong, but it's easy. Well, there's a third chair. And the third chair represents you saying, I'm going to get some qualified help. I'm going to get some advice, seek advice. I'm going to see how others did it and pattern my way of doing it maybe a little bit after theirs. I'm going to get a guide or seek a coach, someone who can keep me accountable, someone who will keep me moving forward, someone who may have done it, someone who may have experience with it. I'm going to seek them to help me to move into the direction I need to move into. Now remember, just like the bowl, with the chairs, these are choices you have to make. You have to decide. Are you going to even go after your vision, your dream, your goal? Are you going to seek to understand what your purpose is? And once you decide, are you going to, or are you going to go after 50 things at one time and be scattered and distracted? Or are you going to go after things that you should not be going after, the things that should have been put down a long time ago, buried, never to be resurrected? You have to make those choices. And once you make the choices, then you have other choices to make. Are you going to do it all by yourself? Are you scared to share with someone because you think they may steal your idea, or they may be jealous of you, or they may tear you down, so you're going to keep it all to yourself and do it all by yourself? Is that the wise choice? Are you going to take shortcuts and the easy path and cut corners to get it done just because you want the money right now, just because you want the honey right now? Are you going to do that and risk your life's goals? Or are you going to choose to get help from someone who's qualified to help you? Are you going to seek wisdom? Are you going to go after those things with help so that way you're accountable? It's easy to pick up the dream. It's easy to walk out or say that you're going to walk out in the dream, but sometimes you can't see the roadmap. Sometimes you can't see the pathway, but someone else on the outside can. They've experienced it, they've lived it, or they can just see because they're not directly in the situation. These are choices for your life, getting yourself together. Then we come to the beds choices. The beds represent how you're going to walk in it. Remember, the chairs represented how are you going to get started. The bowls represented what is even your purpose. What is your purpose? So now we come to, I decided what my purpose is. I've seen what my vision is. I've seen the dream. I've gotten to a place where I'm starting in my purpose. But how am I going to walk in my purpose to see it fulfilled, to see it accomplished? What am I going to do to get on task? Well, we come to the big bed. You've begun walking into your purpose. You're walking out your vision. But now roadblocks are coming up. You may lose your job, or your job hours may be cut. Your salary may be cut. You may lose hours on your job. You may be juggling 4 or 5 projects at the time because now all of a sudden at work you're busy. They've seen your worth. They are now giving you more projects than you have time to handle. There may be a sickness that comes across. You may start getting migraines or cramping really badly. Know that when you start walking out in your purpose, roadblocks are going to come. Your family may experience a setback. It could be your parents. Now they're older and you have to take care of them. It could be your child or your children going through. They need your attention. They're calling out, crying out for you. It could be a lot of different things. You could have had money saved up for your purpose, for your dream. You've been saving this for your whole life to be able to accomplish those things, and now all of a sudden the refrigerator breaks, or your car breaks down, or your mortgage goes up. Things happen. And in the big bed choice, when these things happen, you may decide that you're ready to give up. Hey, I tried walking into my purpose, but all these things are happening right now. I give up. There is also the medium bed. You're comfortable with your present life. You're scared of doing something new. You're scared of doing something different. You don't want to change. Change is not comfortable for you. You don't know what's going to happen, and you're scared to find out. You don't want to walk away from your job because it may cause you to do that. Your dream may cause you to say, here is my 30-day notice. I can no longer work for someone else because I have to work for me. You're scared of what others will say. You've been doing the same job for 20 years. Now you're 50, and now you want to change? Now you want to live your life? You must be going through a midlife crisis. you must be crazy. You're scared of people saying these things to you. Or you could be thinking, it's not the time right now. I'm going to have to give this more attention than I thought I would. I'm going to have to work harder than I thought I would have to work. So now may not be the time. Maybe I heard wrong. Maybe in another year, maybe 10 years from now, I'll be ready. Maybe when I have more money saved. Maybe when my work hours aren't so much. Maybe when the workload at my job isn't so much. And it's not that you give up, but you just don't want to go any further. You want to stop right where you are because you're comfortable in your present life. Then we get to the small bed decision. You may not see the fruit of your labor. You have plans, though. You have a roadmap, and you're walking through the obstacles. Yeah, there are more hours at work that need your attention. But because you've lined up with someone to help you, to guide you, to coach you, you know that when you get home, instead of going and sitting in front of the TV for 4 hours, you're going to take 2 of those hours to work on your dream, your vision, your goal. You're going to, if you decided to go back to school, you're going to take those 2 hours to study and do your homework. Even you'll still be able to do those things that you have lined up in your day. I thought I might have needed 30 hours in a day, 60 hours in a day to accomplish some things. But it's all about planning. It's all about lining things up and also having a fallback. And what I mean by that is you may plan to do your work from 6 to 8, but your mother calls you and says, I'm having dinner tonight, and I need you to come. I want you to be there from 6 to 8. So you don't cry and say, oh, no, my plan is shot. Readjust your schedule to be able to spend time with your family and still accomplish those things that you have to accomplish. When you have this small bed, or when you make the small bed decision, you're deciding to move out of your comfort zone and to go after and live your dream. And believe me, your dreams, your vision, your calling, your appointments, your assignments are designed just for you. Just give them some time to grow. Give them some life. Just like when we want to get our bodies together, and this may be one of your dreams, to lose weight. If we give ourselves that time to do it, it can be done. It won't be overnight. It may take some time. It may take 30 days or 52 days or 100 days or 365 days. It may take 2 years, 3 years. But as long as you're constantly feeding that dream, you're doing something to focus your attention on that dream, that goal, that ambition, that calling, that purpose, it will come to pass. Don't give up when the obstacles come. Don't give up because you're walking out of your comfort zone. Things that are here to grow you sometimes past your comfort. What do we notice about the small bowl, the small chair, and the small bed? They worked for Goldilocks for a while, but eventually she ate all the porridge, she broke the chair, and she messed up the bed. That means the resources to get her to the dream through the course and to accomplish the dream were for a time. So the porridge was enough to fill her up, but of course, later on or the next day she would be hungry again. The chair was comfortable for right then and there, but she was growing. So the chair became too small for her. The bed was a great place to rest and to make some choices and decisions to think about life, but she had to get up out of bed. And I'm saying this to you, that your dreams and your visions, your goals, your purpose are going to cause you to grow, to mature. And you need people in your life that will help you to see when it's time to move forward, when it's time to move on, when it's time to move past certain obstacles, when it's time to look down at the enemy or to look down at the obstacle you're facing and say, you're not going to stop me. I'm going to keep going. We need those cheerleaders. We need those people who will light a fire under us, that will push us to our purpose. We cannot do it alone. No man is an island. You need help. See, Goldilocks in this story represents us. We have to keep growing. We have to keep reaching. And once you've reached all that you can reach, once you've attained all you can attain in that present circumstance or with those choices and decisions you have made, it's time to move forward. Never think that once you have accomplished a dream, that you've attained a goal, that you've gotten to your purpose, that that's it. I'm done. There's nothing left for me to do. There are other levels to reach. There are other measures to take. You are to grow and to learn and to mature every single day of your life. You can taste victory, you can have victory, but it should never be enough for you. Once you realize your dream of losing, let's say, 20 pounds, that's good. That's that dream. Now, what about accomplishing your goal to further your education? What about your dream to open up your own business? What about your dream to write your first book or your second book or your 10th book? What about your dream to create a song, to make something that's better? Just because you fulfill one dream doesn't mean that's the only dream. But it's good to start the course. Not only is it good to start the course because we realize that if you don't ever start, you can't ever finish. But not only is it important to start the course, you've got to stay the course. And as you're staying the course and accomplishing things, your next goal is to satisfy the course. That means finish it, complete it. Don't start something and not complete it. Your goal, no matter how small, how medium-sized, or how big, can be accomplished. You've got to see it to the end. I hope that these words have come into you today to stir you up, to stir up the fire within you, to make you passionate about seeking your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, your vision, your purpose, your call, so that you'll get started. Only you can make the choices. Only you can make the decisions on how, once you realize your purpose, how you want to go forward. Whether you want to do it all on your own, whether you want to take the easy way, the easy route, or whether you want to get someone that can help you. If you choose to seek help, to look for someone to help you, I'm here. This is my life. This is what I do. I help people go from learning what their purpose and dream is, to starting, to staying on course, and to have satisfaction and completion. That's what I do. So give me a call. I'm Andrea Carr. My number is 678-856-4990. I can help you reach the attainable dream. I'm also able to help you reach the unattainable dream. There are resources that are set aside for your cause, for your purpose, for your dream. Let me help you get there to that place. It can be done. And now I wish you better days.